Hello. So in my last video, which was my return to YouTube, you're so welcome, I ranked all the Best Picture nominees for this year's Oscars, and I said that the other categories were also a little bit of a mess. And I said that that was for a future video. Welcome to the future video. Today I'm going to be going over all the categories for the Oscars, giving out what I think is going to win, what I think should win, and other movies that were snubbed for the award. We're trying something different today. This is my first face cam video. I'm unscripted right now. You have no idea how many takes this is taking. And yeah. Before we start, however, we need to address the bisexual tennis players in the room. Challengers, my second favorite movie of last year, was given a whopping 0 nominations, which is wrong and terrible and stupid. If it was up to me, challengers would be up for editing, cinematography, sound, score, song, supporting actor, lead actress, original screenplay, director, and picture. But it's not up to me. So, you know what? It would win like most of those, I think. And I feel like it would get really repetitive if I start every category with, you know what was snubbed? I think that would get very repetitive if I just keep bringing up challengers snub every single time. So I'm just putting it out there now. What? Come on, man. Alright, let's get this thing started. The first category is live action short film. I do like to watching the shorts every year. I think they're pretty, they don't take too much time. And it gives you a couple more categories to be invested in. And the shorts last year were a little not great, but I think that's mostly anime. We'll get to anime. I think live action shorts last year were pretty good. Henry Sugar I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I did enjoy it artistically. And the other three I thought were really underrated. Night of Fortune, for example, was amazing. The After was terrible, but that's the only one that was bad. This year, these are the nominees. I think they're fine. I don't love any of them. Compared to last year's, I think this is pretty downgrade, but there also isn't anything as bad as The After in here. I think Alien is good. I think I think I have a couple issues with it. I think the FaceTime call really kind of ruins it, but it's an important message. I think the story is something that should be told, and I think nominating for the Oscars is good on paper. I just wish the execution was a little cleaner, but also some of the execution I did really like. I think the way the characters feel nervous in the story, I think that was portrayed pretty well through the filmmaking. Anuja, I did not care for. Unsurprisingly, this is a Netflix one, which, of course, it fucking is. It's not, awful, and after the movie, you get told what, the story behind it was, and it is nice. I like seeing that. I when I learned about the process, it did make me appreciate it a bit more. But, I don't know, if it's a little too cut and dry, it's a little too basic. I just didn't care, really, which is, sad to say, but that's just how I felt. I'm Not a Robot has a really good premise, actually amazing premise, and it just does not live up to it. The opening is really good, and it's very silly. All of my problems with this movie are made better. It doesn't really matter because it's just really fun and silly. But this is just begging to be a feature-length movie. It wants to tackle some really deep themes about identity and feminism. It wants to have really deep world building, and just it doesn't have the time for this. It does not have the time for this. Very silly, and I like it, but it's just kind of a disappointment. If you want to watch a good version of this movie, just watch Companion. It's just a feature-length version of this, and it lives up to it. The Last Ranger, I think is easily the worst one. It's paced like a movie, which if you're a short, don't be paced like a feature length movie. It never I've never seen it work, at least not with the Oscar nominees, and it's not it doesn't work here. The overall message is good, like don't kill rhinos, but like you can't you can't rely on that to drive you. That's not enough for this. I knew there was a twist going in, but like it's so predictable. It's just a fucking mess. And The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent, I also am not like I don't love this, but again, important story and it is very gripping from beginning to end. My problem is that it just kind of ends, and that is an issue for me. But also, like knowing the story and knowing the real life event it was based on, it's like, what else were they gonna do? So this is my pick. This is my favorite one, and I also think it's gonna win because it's based off a real life thing, and I just don't see why it wouldn't win. It feels like perfectly manufactured to win this award. The next category is documentary short film. The documentaries I did not watch. Not I don't know. I didn't watch these. I didn't watch the documentary features. Uh, I've heard good things about Incident. I'm gonna go with Incident. Pick and prediction. I guess. I don't know. Sorry. As far as animated shorts go, though, last year's animated shorts were awful. I did like I the few like a few of them I kinda like appreciated, but like God, they were so disappointing. Because the year before that we had Ice Merchants, and Ice Merchants is really good. And we also had the fourth wall breaking ostrich one, which I also thought was pretty cute. This year, I didn't get anything as good as Ice Merchants, obviously, but like this is so much better than last year. In the Shadow of the Cypress is it has a great art style, and the story does take a little bit to kind of get you into it. But once it did, I really appreciate it, I think. Wander to Wonder is like a little trippy. It's a bit weird, and I like that. I like how weird it was. I like how like whoa it felt, you know? Yuck. Okay, so Yuck is about like these kids who like learn about kissing. It has this like very traditional 2D art style, and not to say that the art style was like bad. They do this like thing with their like their lips when they kiss. It's pretty creative. And I watched this when I was really bitchy, and I was feeling like an asshole, and I was so hungry. I was like starving, so I was in just the worst mood, and I was ready to hate this. So when I tell you I find this cute, I mean it. This was kind of adorable. Magic Candies is probably my favorite. Not probably. It's easily my favorite one. It's a blast. It has a good art. It has like a good art style. I think my favorite art style is Shadow of Cypress, but I mean, Wander to Wander has some good like stop motion animation. But like Magic Candies was really fun. It's definitely my favorite. But Beautiful Men takes place in Turkey, and Asbayrakları Koçum. I'm like picking that one. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so pick is that, and also it's a prediction. I think it's probably gonna win. I've seen like my argument for like what's gonna win. Magic Candies, I've seen advertisements for, so that immediately tells me it's has a better chance than most. Wander to Wonder apparently won like the BAFTA or something, and that's cool, but they don't really go with like the more weird ones for the animated shorts. Like last year, they went with the most surface level depiction of war I've ever seen. Like they go basic, and Beautiful Men is not basic. It's a very beautiful depiction of like I don't know, like male friendship, but it's just I feel like it has a better shot than all of these. You know, it's the one that's most accessible without being like and like Yuck has no chance. You know, like Yuck is not gonna win. Um, but yeah, Turkey. Next up is animated film, which they kinda slayed. Like, yeah, Look Back would have been nice. Transformers 1 would have been nice. But like, this is the first time I've liked all five nominees in like God knows how long. And like, I'm just glad. I already talked about these in my video. I like Flow. I like Inside Out too. I love Wallace and Gromit. And the wild robot is probably gonna win. I mean, I say probably because Flow is doing surprisingly well, but like I don't think it did well enough to beat out the wild robot. I'm just it's kind of insane that like Inside Out 2 is like fourth. I thought it was locked for this when it became the highest grossing animated movie ever, but like no. I mean, the Wild Robot and Flow have been giving so much praise. Even Wallace and Gromit, I think the Academy just likes more, as they should. They're right for that. So I'm gonna predict the Wild Robot. I know there's like a small chance Flow wins, but like the Wild Robot is doing so well, so it's like I really don't see the Oscars going Flow on this. And my pick is obviously Memoir of a Snail. Like, I mean, I talked about this in my other video, but like, God, Memoir of a Snail is so great, and I really wish it was. I really wish it wasn't fifth place. It's really unfortunate, but I'm just glad it's here. I mean, it has like no shot at winning. It would never any year, but like, God, I love that movie. Best documentary feature. Like I said, I haven't seen these, but I know what No Other Land is about, and I want that to win. I want that to win so bad. Like, with the way you'd think it would win, right? Because like everyone's giving it so much praise, but the Academy was really weird about Jonathan Glazer's speech last year. They're very weird about this whole issue, so I could see them going the other way, but like I really, really hope that it wins. And I mean, I've not really heard anything like that for the other nominees, so I'm just gonna predict it because it seems like the most universally praised, and also I'm just trying to get manifested. Plus, Gal Gadot's giving out this award apparently, and God, that would be so satisfying if she gave out this award to No Other Land. That'd be awesome. Pick and prediction. International feature film is interesting this year. Usually, this is the most boring category because there's always one Best Picture nominee, and it's like, just stop doing that. Like, if a movie gets nominated in Best Picture, let that be like you basically won international. And then nominate another movie. We'll get more movies recognized for Oscars, which is a good thing. It helps everyone. And there'll be like a surprise in this category, maybe. There'll be competition. But this year, there's 2 Best Picture nominees. So there's actually some excitement in this category. Now, I have not seen The Girl with the Needle. I was gonna, but then I couldn't make the time for it. I've heard it's good, but it's not gonna win this award. Flow being here is really cool. I love seeing animated movies in non-animated categories. Obviously, it's between Emilia Perez and I'm Still Here. And I think, like, this is a bold prediction, but I think I'm Still Here is gonna take this. Emilia Perez has fallen off really bad for the Academy. Like, it's going to affect it, and just the fact that I'm Still Here made it to Best Picture, like that should not be ignored. Like, it's not a movie where it just makes it the Best Picture like against all odds and it stops there. No, clearly people are passionate about this. I think it can easily get this award, and I know Emilia Perez has more nominations, but I really think I'm Still Here, like, it has more passion. Emilia Perez really, the controversy did hurt it, and it's also just wishful thinking. So I'm gonna predict I'm Still Here, and I hate Emilia Perez, but it is really fun to have competition in this category for once. My pick, though, is The Seed Is a Sacred Fig. That movie is amazing. The story behind it is like, holy shit. The director of this movie is like hiding in Europe from the government. Like, people risk their lives to make this, and it paid off really well because the movie is really good. It was heart-wrenching, so much tension. That's my pick, but if I'm Still Here takes this, I will be so happy. Just don't let Emilia Perez win, please. Original song. This is such a depressing bunch. For the past 2 years, original song has been my favorite, like, not my favorite, but like one of my favorite categories. Like, Natu winning that year was just the highlight of the night. And even last year when like I knew I'm just kind of wasn't gonna win, but like the performance, like, come on, that was so fun. This year Elmal's winning. Just put that on the prediction. And I don't know, man. Like the Elton John documentary, I didn't watch. The Six Triple Eight, I didn't watch. I don't care. Can we give Diane Warren this award so she stops being nominated? Like this is the year to give it to her. Like there's never been a better year to give it to her. The Emilia Perez songs are awful, and Sing Sing, please take. I mean, that's easily my pick. It's easily not winning, but it's easily my pick. Sing Sing, I've seen, I like, and I listened to the song again, and like it is so much better than El Mall. Pick is Sing Sing, predictions El Mall. Jesus Christ. Original score. I knew I wasn't gonna mention it, but God, challengers. Did you guys listen to that score? Like, come the fuck on. I'm not gonna speak on Dune. I know it wasn't eligible. I don't think it was, like, I think you could have nominated it, but, like, whatever, man. As far as the ones that are on here, what the fuck did Emilia Perez do? Like, what the fuck did Wicked do? Like, I'm sorry, I like Wicked, but, like, does anyone remember the original songs in Wicked? Like, I think all everyone remembers are like the fucking Broadway, like what is this feeling? Popular, life, dancing through life, defying gravity. Like, can anyone name a piece of that score? Like, come on. And the brutalist and conclave, they would have made my own ballot, so I'm really happy with those. The wild robot. I like the Wild Robot score. Not that I remember it that much, but I remember it's like, being a standout. But like it's just like you clearly know you can nominate an animated movie in this category. So what was stopping you from doing it last year? Like you could have nominated Spider-Man last year. That would have been awesome. Between Conclave and The Brutalist, I think The Brutalist has a nicer score. Like it sounds better, it's more better to listen to, but I think the score for Conclave does a lot more for the movie. I think it elevates it a lot more than the Brutalists does. Not to say that the Brutalist doesn't, the great score, but I think Conclave works primarily because of the score. So I'm gonna pick Conclave. I'm gonna predict the Brutalist, and that's fine. Again, like good winner. The actual deserving winner is not on here, so I'll take what I can get. I will be happy if the Brutalist wins. Sound, I'm not too, like, this is fine, I guess. So we have a Complete Unknown, Emilia Perez, and Wicked, which are all, like, two of them are musicals, one's, like, it has songs, I wouldn't call them musical. So that's probably why they're here. Which fucking okay. The Wild Robot does deserve to be on here. I can't lie. Like good for it. I'm really happy it made it. I'm obviously gonna pick Dune. I don't see how this is even a question. It's obviously Dune, and I'm gonna predict Dune. Like I really don't think the Academy's this stupid. Like if you watch all of these movies and you say that Dune doesn't have the best sound from them, I get your ears checked, I guess. Best visual effects. So Gladiator 2 missed, which I'm only mad about because we could have had 4 monkey movies on here. And honestly, I really don't have much problems with this. I mean, like, we could have had Twisters, but, like, I wasn't really feeling Twisters either way. Like, I really don't care. Here, I saw some predictions for. I don't know what about that movie warranted visual effects. As for the nominees, we do have Alien Romulus. I admittedly have not seen. I know what they do with Ian Holm in that movie, so for that reason, like, no, don't nominate it for visual effects. It's very wrong, actually. Better Man is an inspired pick. I gotta say, Better Man, fantastic visual effects, and I'm so happy that it's Academy Award nominated Better Man. That is awesome. Wicked, I don't really have a problem with this. Like, I think of the ones I've seen, at least, it definitely has the worst visual effects, but it's definitely not like a big issue with the movie. Like of all the things in that movie, like yeah, obviously it looks bad, but it's not really because the CGI is bad, you know? I think this is kind of warranted. I really don't know what I would have picked over it. Definitely not Deadpool and Wolverine. Um, I know that Dune has very few nominations, and I should be rooting for it as much as I can because it is my favorite movie of the year. But I really want Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes to win. I think it definitely has the most impressive VFX of the bunch. Like it's more prevalent throughout. It's more prevalent throughout the movie, and it's also because this franchise is like increasingly more deserving of an Oscar with each movie, and they keep losing. And I really want them to have one. And I know there's gonna be like two more after this, so like I guess we can give it to those. But like I, being fair, I think it would get my vote. There. That being said, I'm predicting Dune, and like I'll take what I can get. Man, Dune got done so dirty. Makeup and hairstyling, I have a couple opinions on. First of all, A Different Man inspired once again. It's like the better man of this category. So good. I really wish it was up for more. But hell yeah. It's also really cool seeing Nosferatu up here. Like that's awesome. Wicked, like they just painted her green. I don't see the big deal. If there weren't snubs, definitely, but like over what they do in like Dune or Furiosa, like I just don't think Wicked is deserving of this award. And obviously, I'm not gonna even get into Emilia Perez, but like just speaking on Wicked, like if you're gonna give a movie an award for like just painting one person, Beetlejuice would have been so great for this. And no, I guess not. I honestly would like really like to see Furiosa on here. Like for all the awards that Furiosa could have gotten, I definitely would not have gone VFX. I definitely go makeup. I actually pick Furiosa over Dune for this category. Not that it really matters because neither were nominated. That being said, I'm gonna pick and predict the substance. Obviously, like watch the movie. Like I don't. Do I need to explain myself here? Production design, I actually think they kinda nailed. Like I really don't have problems with this. Like I guess it may be Gladiator 2, but like fuck that. I mean, the first movie already won, so like I don't really think it needs to be recognized again. Nosferatu, I think, would probably be my fifth in this category, which is just tells you how good these are. Conclave, the fact that they built the entire chapel from the ground up, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Like, that's awesome. The brutalist is about architecture, so, like, obviously, let it be on here. Once again, I really want to go Dune, but I think just being fair, Wicked does have slightly better production design because a lot of Dune is just on the desert, while Wicked is very much all in interior and even exterior like sets. And say what you will about how the sets look in the movie, but like the sets themselves look amazing. So I think I'm gonna predict and pick Wicked, as much as I really want to pick Dune. Damn. Costume design? Where's Dune? Come on, man. Like, a complete unknown? Really? I mean, I get the biopic bias, but come the fuck on. Conclave, I also don't like. I get it more than a complete unknown, but like, come on. Gladiator 2, I think it's fine. I think it, I'm fine with it being on here. I think it. I probably would have made my own ballot, to be honest. Nosferatu is great. Great costumes in that, but I think I'm gonna go with Wicked. I think the costumes in that are just a bit, there's more variety. I think it's a bit more showy, and I think it's deserving, and I think it's gonna win too. So another one for Wicked. Good job. Cinematography. Can't think of. Oh wait, fucking Nickel Boys. Where the fuck is Nickel Boys? I don't. What the fuck? Would have easily picked Nickel Boys over like half of these. Haven't seen Maria, to be fair. Emilia Perez, I did say in my video that like the cinematography was one of the only good parts, but like not this good. Nosferatu is fucking. It has great cinematography. I'm really great. It's here. So is the brutalist. My pick is obviously Dune because like obviously. And my prediction is the brutalist, which like I said, if it's not gonna be Dune, I can't really get mad. But I just wish Dune was in the running. Like, come on. Film editing. I think Saturday Night could have been on here. Honestly, like I think that movie has a great pace to it. Also, Dune. Obviously, Jesus Christ. As for the ones that are on here, Emilia Perez has terrible editing. Like, come on. What the fuck? Conclave has great editing. Anora has great editing. Wicked, I actually think deserves to be on here. I've heard a lot of people say that Wicked should not have gotten this. I wholeheartedly disagree. I think the pacing of Wicked is great, and I think it does genuinely like deserve to be up here. I do really like the Conclave editing, but I think just because of the fact that the Brutalist is 3.5 hours long, and I didn't feel a second of it, I'm gonna go with the Brutalist. I'm gonna predict Conclave though, and like I'm part of the Conclave hive, so that's fine with me. Adapted screenplay, the only big snub I can think of is Dune, and which they obviously weren't gonna give it to Dune. Like I think of all the possible awards it could have gotten, this was like I don't think it was in contention. Weird that Wicked didn't make it, but I guess not that weird either. Of the ones here, I think this is a fairly category this year. Like Emilia Perez, terrible. Complete Unknown, I would not have. We don't understand what about that screenplay was so good. Nickel Boys, I do like the story quite a bit. I think it's good that it's on here. Sing Sing, great choice. I'm gonna pick and predict Conclave. It's my favorite movie on here as my favorite screenplay from here. I think the screenplay of that movie is really good. Like obviously the direction is what gets you invested, but like the screenplay is really fun. So yeah, this one I don't have that many problems with the winner, but the other nominations could have been better. Original screenplay. I have not seen September 5. I'm not gonna watch September 5. I don't. You're not gonna get me to watch that movie. The Substance, great. The Brutalist, great. I really would go A Real Pain here, but I think Anora has the better screenplay. I think A Real Pain just lacks a bit of subtlety, and I mean I like Anora more also, so I guess there's also that. Pick and also prediction. They like this category is not that bad. Like I'm happy with Anora winning. So actor in a supporting role, I really would have gone Chris Hemsworth if he was on here. Chris Hemsworth gives one of my favorite performances of the year in Furiosa, and God, I wish he was up for this. Of the ones we do have, I think Yuri Borisov is good in his movie, but I just think there were a lot of better performances. I would have even picked Jesse Plemons in Civil War, honestly, over him. Jeremy Strong, I like. I like him as an actor, obviously, and I think he's good in The Apprentice, though not as good as Sebastian Stan is, but I'm really happy that he's nominated. Edward Norton is, once again, like, I think he's good in that movie. I don't think I would have gone with him. Kieran Culkin. I like Kieran Culkin a lot. I think he's a great actor, and he gives my favorite performance in this bunch. But the thing is, he's not a supporting performance. He is so co-lead in that movie. I don't understand why the Academy can't nominate co-leads when they're the same gender. Like, I don't understand why Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone can both be nominated for like lead roles, while Kieran Culkin has to go for supporting. Or maybe it was his choice. I don't know. But like, as much as I love the performance, it's so category fraud. Like the fact that he's winning everywhere, he's won every precursor, so obviously prediction. Like if he loses, it would be like insane. But like I don't know. As much as I love him, as much as I love him in Succession, in Scott Pilgrim, and in this movie, him as a person and his performance, I don't think he should win. I'm gonna pick him, I guess, but I'm also gonna pick Guy Pearce in The Brutalist as well, to have to recognize both because, that's my pick for my favorite in this category and my favorite supporting actor performance in this category. Guy Pearce is really good in The Brutalist, and I wish he was recognized in a couple places. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Kieran Culkin need to win every single one. Actress in a supporting role, this category pisses me off every year. They find some shit to do. And, like, whether it's, like, the Barbie nominee from last year or Jamie Lee Curtis winning when she's not even the best supporting actress performance in her own movie. Like, this is easily my least favorite acting category. It always just pulls some bullshit. And this year, the nominees aren't great. I'll say that much. Zoe Saldana is gonna win again. Prediction. She's won every precursor. Once again, it would be insane if she lost. But she is also the lead in her movie, even more than Kieran Culkin is. Like, Kieran Culkin, like, he's the first person you see in the movie. He's the last person you see in the movie. Kind of revolves around him thematically. But, like, Jesse Eisenberg is the main character. Zoe Saldana is the protagonist of Emilia Perez. I know the movie's called Emilia Perez, but, like, she really is the main character. What the fuck? If anything, Carla Sofia Gascon going supporting would have made more sense, in my opinion, but there's your winner, I guess. As far as the other ones, Isabella Rossellini is good in A Conclave, but, like, I mean, I know it's called supporting actress, but at some point you go so supporting that it's not even worth nominating you. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. I think Felicity Jones is very good in The Brutalist. I think it's good that she's here. And I think Monica Barbaro really surprised me in A Complete Unknown. She's almost as good as Timmy, so I would have probably nominated her. This is a weird year, because, like, last year it was annoying, but there was also, like, people we could have picked over the, like, America Ferrera. This year it's such a, like, lacking year for this category, so at this point it's like, whatever. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Like, if you told me that I'd be saying this, like, back, like, in, like, November, I would have called you insane. But, like, Ariana Grande dog walks the rest of these nominees. She is easily the best one. Like, it's not even, like, close. It's not close at all. This is probably the acting category with, like, where the first place is so ahead. Ariana Grande is so good in Wicked, and she is easily the best of these five. She's easily my pick. Again, dog walks the rest of these fuckers. I saw some tweets that were like, Ariana Grande is being done so dirty by, like, the Academy, and it's like, because she hasn't won, and like, because they show, like, her face when she loses, which they do to everyone, and it's like, no, it's her first time being nominated, and it's her first, like, big movie role, and she's nominated. Like, that's very much recognition. But, like, at the same time, you're right, she should win. Ariana Grande needs to win this, and she's not going to. But, like, man, I'm really hoping she takes this. By far, Wicked's most deserving nomination. Actor in her leading role, I would have liked to see maybe Jesse Plemons in Kinds of Kindness. And even further, Nicholas Hoult is so good in Juror Number 2. That movie could have been up for original screenplay. I forgot to mention that. It could honestly would have been my pick for original screenplay. But of the ones we have, there is not a single bad performance. I'll say that much. I think these are all great. Colman Domingo is really great in Sing Sing. Ray Fiennes is really good in Conclave. It's really between Timothee and Adrian Brody for the win. And I know Timothee won SAG, but, like, I don't think he's gonna win this. I mean, like, Timothée Chalamet, I see them doing the like Leonardo DiCaprio treatment too, where, like, they make him wait and then he wins for, like, a very undeserving role. And I feel like this kinda is that a little bit, because as much as he's great in The Complete Unknown, don't get me wrong, he's amazing in it. But, like, he's so great at bringing original characters to life. Like, think Dune, Lady Bird, Little Woman, Bones and All. And, like, I don't know. I don't want to give it to him for an impression. I don't want to... I don't want his win to be reminiscent of like Rami Malek or like the Theory of Everything, you know? But if he wins, which he could, this category, unlike the supporting ones, is not locked. It's just probably gonna be Adrian Brody, which he is great in that movie. I love Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. I've said what I was gonna say about the AI stuff in my other video, but like realistically, it's probably not gonna affect much. And he's a good win. My pick, honestly, of these five, Sebastian Stan. I know I just complained about biopic impression wins, but like this is not that. This is so much not that. This is more in line with like Killian's win last year for Oppenheimer. Like he is so good in The Apprentice. He's like giving so much humanity to him, but also he's like playing him as he is, so he's still like a hateable asshole. Like he balances it out so well, and he's also really good at the impression without doing like the classic Trump impression. He like mimics him in ways I didn't know could be mimicked. It's insane. Sebastian Stan had a great year. I have so much respect for him now as an actor, and I really want him to win this. He's easily last place in terms of like who's gonna win, but I'm so happy he made it. That's my pick. Prediction, like I said, it's not a complete like toss up, and it's not a complete lock, but I think Adrian Brody is probably going to win this. But if Timothee Chalamet wins, I won't be that surprised. Actress in a leading role, this one is kind of a toss up. Unlike supporting actress, lead actress is a great category. I feel like last year was the only one that was kind of up in the air, and like man, I love competition. Like I don't like it when the Oscars are just like, you know what's gonna happen, even though the past 2 years they were like that, and like I like them because it was very deserving for both movies. But like I'm glad this year is more of like up in the air. Of the nominees, do I even need to talk about Carla Sofia Gasco and like Jesus Christ? Cynthia Erivo, I think is very good in Wicked. I can't really think of anyone I would have picked ahead of her. Like I think she probably would have made it in my own. I think 4 of these women would have made it in my own ballot. I'm Still Here genuinely has a shot at this. Like like I said with international, like the fact that it made it here is like that it might be, maybe it's like, oh great that you made it, but also it could very much be like it's not just a nomination, the passion's so strong it could win. Probably not in this category, but like she is a decent third, I'd say. Mikey Madison and Demi Moore are obviously the people who are kind of competing against each other in this category. I don't know what I just did. It's gonna be one of them. And as much as I love Mikey Madison in Anora, Demi Moore is my performance of the year. That's easily my pick. As far as who's gonna win, again, like it seemed like it was gonna be Mikey Madison for a long while, and then Demi Moore started taking it in a few places. And now that it's up in the air, I know it very well could be Mikey Madison, but I just don't see the Academy going with her. She's really young. This is her first Oscar nomination, and I said that Timothee Chalamet was also very young, and like he could win, and it wouldn't really surprise me. But like he's Timothee Chalamet. Not only is he in his second Oscar nomination, he's Timothee Chalamet. Mikey Madison is very like, she does not have Timothée Chalamet's like power, like if she wins, she'd be the youngest person to ever win an acting award. Same goes for Chalamet, but he's Timothée Chalamet. I just don't see them doing this. They don't like giving it to like young people, especially on their first nominations. And like if Mikey Madison had like won everything, then like yeah, but she didn't. Like she's been shown to have the capacity to lose, so I think Demi Moore makes more sense. And it's also kind of like wishful thinking for me because I really want Demi Moore to win because, like I said, best performance of the year. But like I really think it's gonna be her. Again, this is really close. It could go either way, and that makes me so happy because honestly, like Demi Moore, Mikey Madison, Fernando Torres, I've not like fully thought this through in my head, but like maybe just the top 3 performance of the year, like maybe. And yeah, I really hope Demi Moore takes this, but like again, I love the uncertainty. Best director. Where's Denis? Where's Denis? Huh? Like where is he? Where's my boy? Like what did he do to you? What did he do? How did you all watch Dune and then decide, yeah, nah, complete unknown. Nominate that movie instead. Like what the fuck? What the fuck? Weirdly enough, even though directing is easily the most appealing and interesting part of the filmmaking process to me, it's what I would want to do in the field. I really don't care about this category all that much. I feel like every year I'm like, yeah, all five of these were well directed. You know, if Nolan takes it, great. If Lanthimos takes it, great. And like looking back, I probably would have been kind of annoyed if Nolan didn't take it. But like, I don't know. I feel like every year I'm like, this is fine. All were good. You do whatever you want. This year, what are these fucking nominees? Emilia Perez, Jesus Christ. Like at this point I'm like it's not even worth mentioning. It's just there every time, but like as far as the other three, cuz a complete unknown, like again, why? The brutalist is great. I think it's probably going to take this. Like actually wait, no, sorry. I misspoke. Anora is gonna take this. It won DGA, so that's your prediction. I don't know why Anora is taking it. Like original screenplay, I'm all for, but like this is a very much like a screenplay and performance movie. I don't get the directing. Like I mean, like it's well directed, but like I don't think it should win. Like I'd take the Brutalist over Anora, and I like Anora more. So there you go. My pick is The Substance. I think Qualley Farja does a great job in that movie. I'm sorry if I said her name wrong. It's easily my favorite like directing of these. It's the one that stood out to me the most, and I think it's easily the most deserving of these. They snubbed Edward Berger for Conclave, and honestly, if he was up here, he'd probably be either my pick or my second favorite, because like he does a great job at Conclave. Like a Conclave for a lot of categories, I'm like it'd be kind of a boring winner, even though I love it. But here, it's like, no, it deserves it, and it's not here. The pick The Substance prediction, Anora probably. I mean, the Brutalist again has a shot, but it makes more sense to me. The Brutalist makes more sense to me as a winner, but just looking at the stats, I'd be dumb not to go Anora. Like just looking at what's won previously. And finally, Best Picture. I've already given my ranking on this. Obviously, I want Dune to win. That's, watch my other video if you haven't. What's gonna win is kind of up in the air. And that's like, I've not been following the Oscars for that long, but so far every year I've like accurately predicted it. This is the first year where there's actually some competition. Thank fuck for that. And I'm really happy because the competition right now is my second and third favorite nominees. So, I'm happy either way probably. I mean, like for a while it was between like four contenders, honestly. Like I think Emilia, Perez, and the Brutalist had a shot at one point. The Brutalist, I don't know what happened, but I mean, I don't think the AI shit hurt it that badly, but it just seems to have fallen off. Emilia Perez just has no shot at this point, which I'm happy for. Because at one point I was kind of predicting it just because 13 nominations, but 13 nominations don't necessarily get you a win. 14 didn't for La La Land, so, who knows? Between Anora and Conclave, I'm going to predict Anora because Conclave, I know it won SAG, but it's not in director. Like, I know it's like still like up in the air, but I think people are kind of over exaggerating how up in the air it is. If Conclave wins, great, and like I'll be shocked, but not like super shocked. But like I really think it's Anora. Conclave is not in director, so there. I'm predicting Anora, and I'm picking Dune, but just thank God it's not Emilia Perez. And yeah, that's the video.